Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet. Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for joining in this Sarartha Darsini study. Sarartha Darshini is the commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Srila Prabhupada's purports mainly consist of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary and also Srila Jiva Gosvami's and other Acharyas' commentaries, plus Srila Prabhupada's own commentary also in his purports. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary is relatively very simple compared to Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary. It is easy to understand. It's simpler. So what I'm going to do now is I have attended a course on Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary Sarartha Darshini on the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Not the entire canto, but we covered some chapters there. A while ago we had done that. But His Grace Venugopal Prabhu has started once again doing the same. So he is covering Sarartha Darsini. He has already taught Sarartha Varshini. Sarartha Varshini is the commentary on Bhagavad Gita by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Sarartha Darshini is the commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So you may wonder, why do we need to study the commentary? Of course, first of all, we must study Srila Prabhupada's purport. So Prabhuji has made it clear that only those who have studied at least once, who have went over the first canto, Srila Prabhupada's purports to the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, should study this. You must have heard. Yeah. So that was said. So it is, and because Srila Prabhupada himself says in the purport to the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 111 purport, he says that a serious student will do well by studying the commentaries of previous acharyas. That means this is meant for the serious students who want to dive deeper, right? So this is meant for the serious students, certainly. Then having said that, what is the advantage? Actually, we have many commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam by various acharyas. And yes, you can study, all the different acharyas' commentaries. What else do we have to do other than studying Srimad Bhagavatam? This is the highest. This is the Supreme Lord in the form of a book, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So, yes, there are many commentaries by many acharyas. As I mentioned earlier, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentaries are relatively simple, and also he's called the Rasika Acharya. He gives it in a very relishing way. His commentaries are given in a very interesting way. Anyway, the reason I am doing this, that is more important. Why I am doing this is mostly like a study group. I'm not trying to, pose here as the knower, and, what I'm doing here is when I study, after I hear that, and now I come back and I teach you what I study there. That's my idea. So this will be a study for me, because the best thing is when you learn something, you have to repeat it. So that's my idea. And I thought the best way is to, share it with other devotees, whatever I'm studying, let me share it with others. That's my intention in doing this. So Prabhuji is already doing the same on Tuesdays and Fridays, IST, Indian Standard Time, 3 to 5 on the Golok channel. So all of you are more than welcome. And I actually recommend highly, urge you to attend Prabhuji's classes. Unfortunately, those classes are being taught, unfortunately for us, that they are only being taught to a certain group. So there are brahmacharis from 7 different temples. So Prabhuji is teaching them through Zoom. So we are not allowed inside the Zoom call, but we can always attend the lectures live online via YouTube channel. So that is available for everyone. So Tuesdays and Fridays between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, you can attend that. So what I'm doing is, after attending that class on Tuesday, the following Thursday, I'm going to teach the same here. So then what is the intention? It will be a revision for those who are attending those classes there. It's going to be a revision. So that will be nice. And also, because this is an in-person class, those who join here, you can discuss too. And if there is any questions that you ask which I'm not able to answer, I can bring them to Prabhuji. And then when I get the answers, we can discuss here. And you can do the same with your particular group of devotees. This is how it is in a Gurukul system. There will be one teacher in the Gurukul. He teaches the senior-most students, and then those students go and teach the junior students, because whatever they have learned from the main teacher, he will teach the junior students, and those students will teach their junior students in this way. And then of course there is somebody monitoring on top to see that you are uh, actually teaching properly. And if you have, if there's anything which you are not able to answer, then you go to the teacher there on top, like that. So in that way knowledge descends. That is the Gurukul system. So same thing we can also do. And whatever you learn, first of all, learn properly, and then you share it with others. You share it with others. So when you're sharing, that's when you will see if uh, if you have understood properly or not. Because if you have not heard properly, if you have not understood properly, you will have a difficulty in representing it. So then that means you have to go back and you have to revise, you have to study properly and come back, like that. So this is a journey. So that's what we are going to do here, beginning. Also, the source for what we are going to study here is, I am going to uh, mainly rely on my notes that I have taken from Prabhuji's class. So I will speak from my notes because I cannot directly translate everything from Sanskrit to English. I don't have that. What I do is, but of course, Prabhuji's classes, he's directly translating from Sanskrit and he's speaking in English and Hindi. And I take notes and then I will speak from that. But still, the source is, we are using the commentary of, Sarartha Darsini commentary. In Sanskrit, it is given by Krishna Shankar Shastri, but also Prabhuji is using the Roman transliteration given by Gaudiya Grantha Mandir. And he said he will share those materials in class. He had said that. I don't have them, but if I get them, then I can share that also while we are speaking. So you can follow the words. And we'll go from there. Okay. So we'll go from there. One session is already covered. Last Tuesday was the first session, and tomorrow, Friday, will be the next session. So whatever was covered in the last session, that's what I'm going to cover now. Okay. So we will start now. So let's, I already recited the Mangalacarana. We will recite the shloka, Srimad Bhagavatam shloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. No, this is the shloka. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditaratas chartheshvabhigyaswarat tene brahma hridaya adikavaye muhyanti yatsurayah tejo varimridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha Dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. Translation. You want to read the translation, Rasapriya? You can't read? Okay. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, Son of Vasudev, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. So this is the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now we will discuss the commentary by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. You see, before writing a commentary, always we see the Acharya gives his own, that means before he offers his Mangalacarana. Before he begins his Vyakhya, before he begins his commentary, first of all, Acharya will write his Mangalacarana. So here, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also, I can maybe share with you the English, the Roman transliteration. Just give me 1 second. So I will show you the Roman transliteration. That means in English. So this is the Mangalacarana, which is written by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur before he begins the commentary, before he begins his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. So we see that he offers his prayers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he offers prayers to Nityananda Prabhu, and then also to Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Advaita. So to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu. And also he's offering obeisances to Srila Rupa Gosvami, Sanatana Gosvami, like that. Then he begins here. We see what is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur saying, that how is he going to write his Vyakhya on Srimad Bhagavatam? He said that he is going to write Vyakhya that shows the meaning of the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. That shows the meaning. Sara means essence. Artha means meaning. Darshini means that which shows. Sarartha Darshini means Srimad Bhagavatam's Sara, essence. Artha, meaning. So what is the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur? His commentary is the meaning of the essence. That means his commentary will show. Darshini. Darshini means darshana. It will show you. What is his commentary showing you? The meaning of the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarartha Darshini. And how is he going to write his commentary? He says that he will write his commentary after seeing the Vaishnava Toshani commentary written by Srila Sanatana Gosvami. The Vaishnava Toshani commentary which is written by Srila Sanatana Gosvami. So you see, if you श्रीमद् भागवतास्तथैव विदितान् जुष्टात् चिरेनाश्रयन् दृष्ट्वा वैष्णवतोषणीं प्रभु. So here Prabhu means Sanatana Gosvami. Drishtva means after seeing Vaishnava Toshani commentary given by Prabhu means Sanatana Goswami. So Vaishnava Toshani is the commentary of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Sanatana Goswami has given commentary on the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam called Vaishnava Toshani. Then after that, so by seeing that, Prabhu Matam Vigyaya, and also not just Srila Sanatana Goswami's Vaishnava Toshani, and also Vigyaya Sandarbhatas. So Srila Jiva Gosvami has given us the Shat Sandarbhas. So after going through, by following, Matam means the opinion of Srila Sanatana Goswami. That means the philosophy. Why? Because Srila Sanatana Goswami was directly taught by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami were directly taught by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then after learning from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has given the commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam's 10th canto. That is why Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, after seeing the Vaishnava Toshani of Srila Sanatana Goswami, and also who is Jiva Goswami? Jiva Goswami was taught by Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. So Rup Sanatana Goswamis were taught directly by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Are you following, Rasapriya? Kind of. No, if you hear, then you will follow. If you're actually listening, then you will follow. If you're thinking on the sidelines, if you'll hear, then you won't follow. So if you want to follow, then you have to really hear. Okay. So we are still in the introduction of Sarartha Darshini. Introduction, that means this is the Mangalacarana by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And he is saying that I will write my commentary by seeing the commentary of Sanatana Goswami. Why? Because Sanatana Goswami is directly taught by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That way he will follow the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. According to that only he is giving his commentary. And also after nicely realizing the sandarbhas given by Srila Jiva Goswami. Srila Jiva Goswami was personally taught by Rupa Goswami. So that means Rupa Goswami learned from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jiva Goswami is learning from Rupa Goswami, and then he's giving his sandarbhas. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is studying Srila Sanatana Goswami's books and Srila Jiva Goswami's books, and also Tikam Swamanukampitosya. That means Swami. Who is Swami? Swami means Sridhara Svami. Sridhara Svami is the original commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam. So, after going through Srila Sridhar Swami, who is the original commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam, but mainly he will be following Sanatana Gosvami, because because we are coming in according to the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vidadhe Sarartha Darshinim, Sandarshinim, Sarartha Sandarshinim. Sandarshini means Sandarshini Samyak Rupena, completely it is going to show. What is it going to show? The meaning of the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. So like this. And then again, not every line was explained. So this is further Mangalacarana. And then after that, we directly come to the commentary on the first shloka. That means now Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is directly coming to the commentary of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in that, what he does is, so now this is the beginning. He's saying, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that, so this is the introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam. You see, this is the commentary on Bhagavatam. So he's giving introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam. Before we actually start discussing the first verse, there is an introduction to Bhagavatam. If you remember, when we discussed Sarartha Varshini, Bhagavad Gita, there also, first there was introduction. That itself went for a few classes actually, discussing the introduction. So like that. This is the introduction about Srimad Bhagavatam. So, how does it start? The Lord appears on this earth. In this world, he appears. He performs various pastimes and then he disappears. Yes? The Lord appears, performs pastimes, and then he disappears. The way the Lord appears and disappears, in the same way, this Srimad Bhagavatam also appears. Like how the Lord is appearing, performing pastimes, and then disappearing, the same thing, in the same way, Srimad Bhagavatam is also appearing. How is that? Just like there are many shastras, such as puranas, itihasas, and also you have other types of shastras like agama shastras, kalpa shastras, guhya shastras, dharma shastras, so many different types of shastras, itihasas, like that you have. So there are many shastras. And what is the main purpose of shastras? The main purpose of shastras is guiding society on the right path. So, like there are many shastras, there are also many avataras of the Supreme Lord. You have different types of avataras. In Leela avataras, different types of Leela avataras. Then you have in every yuga, there's avatara, yuga avatara. In every manvantara, there is manvantara avatara. Then you have guna avataras. Like this, you have many different types of avataras. Still, even though there are many avataras that are coming from time to time, Krishna himself, Swayam Bhagavan, also comes here. Although there are many avataras, still Swayam Bhagavan Krishna himself, he himself comes. So he is what is said here? 1 second. Iha khalu nikhila kalyana guna madhurya varidhau Mahaishwarya Samraji Swayam Bhagavati Parama Bhasvatyadhi Dharani Yatha Samayam Vilasyantarhite. So, about Krishna, it is said, he is Nikhila Kalyana Madhuri. He is an ocean of sweet qualities. Krishna is an ocean of sweet qualities. And he is the supreme controller of all opulences. He is an ocean of sweet qualities and the supreme controller of all opulences. And he is the original Bhagavan. And he appears, he himself, the original Bhagavan, appears as per requirement. And when he comes, he will appear, he performs pastimes, and then he disappears. In the same way, we have many shastras, puranas, itihasas. In Puranas, there are 18 Puranas, 18 Upapuranas, and 18 Aupapuranas. However, the meanings of all these Puranas, especially the 18 Aupapuranas, all of them are not in use in society. Some of the meanings are present, they are being used. Some meanings are lost, that means they're forgotten. They're practically not even existing. They are forgotten. Some of the meanings of the Puranas are lost, they are forgotten, neglected. And some meanings are stolen. Now I will explain to you what it means. The meanings of the scriptures are stolen. So, some of the meanings of Puranas are still in use. A few meanings are not in use at all. They are completely forgotten. Whereas a few meanings of the scriptures are stolen. For example, you see, in Srimad Bhagavatam's first canto, 15th chapter, first canto, 15th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, we will see Srila Narad Muni is chastising Vyasdev. Let me bring that verse. Why Narad Muni is chastising? Jugupsitam. First canto, 5th chapter, text 15. 1-5-15. Jugupsitam dharma kritenu shasataha swabhava raktasya mahan vyatikramaha. We are understanding what it means by the meanings of the Shastra are stolen. So, to explain that, one example is given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Jugupsitam, I'll show you. I'm not sharing the screen. See, This. Jugupsitam dharma kritenu shasatah svabhava raktasya mahan vyatikramaha. So, in this, by quoting this, Srila Narad Muni is chastising Vyasdev. Vyasdev wrote Mahabharata. He wrote this great book, Mahabharata, for the welfare of society. And his intention of giving this book was to bring people to bhakti. He wants to give everyone bhakti through Mahabharata. However, to inspire people to come to Mahabharata, to get a taste in this book, what did he do? He wrote a lot about dharma, varnashrama dharma, etc. His idea was to encourage people who are not inspired by bhakti. That means people who will not directly come to bhakti. He wanted to bring them. That means people who are not even on human platform. To them, he is explaining dharma. Because he wanted to guide everyone in society. Those who are in lower consciousness, by following dharma, they will become human beings. And then by following dharma, they will become qualified for getting higher knowledge. And ultimately, he wanted to bring them all to bhakti. His intention of writing Mahabharata was to bring all people to bhakti finally. For that purpose only he wrote Mahabharata, to bring them to bhakti ultimately. However, initially everyone will not come to bhakti. If you told them a nice, history, about fight between, something, like there is revenge and there is war and there is love. So people are interested in this. They want to hear, oh, what happened? This is called Gramya Katha. So he included a lot of Gramya Katha there, but for a reason. People will come to hear this, but they won't come directly. If you start speaking about bhakti, you should surrender to Krishna, people won't be interested. But if you said, I will tell you a nice story, this happened and that happened, people will come for that. So that's why, Vyasdev in Mahabharata, he included, and through those, so stories means this is actually history. Something that actually happened. It's not just imaginary stories like we write novels now. Not like that. It's actual history. Puranas, right? So Mahabharata is itihas. Itihas means history. Something which actually happened. But stories of kings and their lives, like that. Through those stories, through those histories, he wanted to teach dharma, varnashrama dharma, how, what are the values in life, to bring them at least to human platform. And when they come to the human platform, by understanding what is dharma, what is to be done, what is not to be done, after understanding this, then they will be given higher knowledge. They become eligible to get higher knowledge. That was Vyasdev's intention. Therefore, in his Mahabharata, he told so much Gramya Katha, so many stories. What was his expectation? Being interested in these stories, people will come to Mahabharata to hear these stories. And by coming to Mahabharata, what is there in Mahabharata? Bhagavad Gita. So by that, he will bring them to bhakti. What is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharan braja. Exactly. Exactly. And that's what really people do. Those who come for those stories, they will just skip Bhagavad Gita. Exactly. Right? They don't want to hear that part. So Rasapriya is saying, what if they skip That part, yes. And that's what happened also. And that is why Narad Muni is chastising Vyasdev. That's why Narad Muni is chastising Vyasdev. So that's the meaning of stolen. Some of the meanings are stolen. We are coming to that point. What do you mean by the meanings? That means the intention with which the book was written, that intention was perverted. Vyasdev's intention of giving Mahabharata was to bring all the leaders and readers and listeners to bhakti. But what happened in reality? All those people who came to hear those fascinating stories, did they all come to surrender to Krishna? Did they all end up surrendering to Krishna? No. What actually happened was that the real intention of Vyasdev was stolen. The intention with which Vyasdev wrote Mahabharata was perverted. Perverted. Perverted means ulta kar diya. For what purpose Mahabharata was written, that purpose was twisted. How? People accepted when Vyasdev said that you should do this dharma, right? You should do your dharma, you should stand by dharma. His intention was don't do adharma. Yes? Do dharma, don't do adharma. Instead of living like animals, you live like human beings, you do dharma. But that is not the ultimate end. By doing dharma, he thought after this, then come to spiritual understanding. But people stopped at that. What? Like even like started doing that themselves. Exactly. So what actually happened was, what they did, you see, they used their intelligence in the wrong way. They said, Vyasdev himself is ordering us to do dharma. What is dharma? Dharma means karma, right? Brahmana dharma, Kshatriya dharma, Vaishya dharma, Stri dharma, this dharma. So you do karma. What will happen? Dharma, artha, kama. By doing dharma, you will get artha. With that artha, you will enjoy sense gratification. And this Vyasdev himself is saying this in Mahabharata that we should do our dharma. So they simply stuck with dharma. They didn't go beyond that. Now, it's not that Vyasdev talked only about dharma. They started preaching that this is the best. Simply sticking to your dharma and then earning and enjoying. Yeah, you work, you earn, and you enjoy. Of course, you work according to scriptures. Don't do sinful activities. But then that's all. This is the best thing. This is the goal of life. Follow your dharma, and by following your dharma, whatever you earn, you enjoy it. That's the goal. Vyasdev is saying. This is supported by Vyasdev, so this must be the highest. But then Vyasdev also said about bhakti. He didn't say only about dharma, he also said about bhakti. Of course, Mahabharata is such a big book. And then there is one chapter there, Bhagavad Gita. Yes. I think because like maybe you should come closer so. Because there's only like a little bit of the Bhagavad Gita part, so people thought that wasn't that important. Right. That's also a very good point, actually. You can sit on the chair if that helps. So, Bhagavad Gita was not said as much. That means about bhakti, he didn't say a lot again and again and again. Huh? It was not said so much. Just see in Mahabharata, big Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita is one chapter, one small chapter, right? So then what did people do, you know? They said that this bhakti, they skipped that part very conveniently. They thought that wherever bhakti was said, like give up, sarva dharman parityaja, mamekam sharanam vraja, such statements are said. So then they said, what is this? Because they're standing by dharma. Dharma means action, activity. You have to do karma, right? You have to do your, that's a hero who works, who earns, and who enjoys. That is a hero. What is this? Sarva dharman parityaja. Give up all dharma, all work, leave everything, and do only bhakti? This is not for everyone. Vyasdev has given this for those people, lazy people, who are not fit for working, who are not heroic, who are not capable of, uh, dharma, artha, and kama. Also, who are these people who say that? There are some people like Kumarilla Bhatta and others. They said that those who are not fit for Grihastha ashram, that means who are impotent, they are not fit to produce children. So, for such people in society, something has to be given to them because they are not fit to live the life, of heroes. Dharma, artha, kama. This is how they preached. So for them, something has to be given. So for them, it is said, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Just give up all work because you're not qualified, you're not fit to do that type of work. Just sit and chant or just sit and do, the spiritual path. Whether it is Jnana Marga or Bhakti Marga, the transcendent path of transcendence is meant for those who are not fit, who are not good for anything. They cannot succeed in school, in college, they cannot get a good job, they cannot be successful. Then go and become a brahmachari in the temple because you're not fit for anything. This is how they were preaching like this. So, my point here is, one second, my point here is that how the original intention of Vyasdev with which he wrote Mahabharat, that intention was perverted, it was twisted. You see? So we have Shastras, Vyasdev gave us Mahabharat, he gave us Puranas, but the meanings were, some of the meanings were taken, are present in society, but some of them are completely forgotten and others are stolen. The meanings are stolen. That means perverted meanings are taken like that. So then, what were you saying? Say no, offenses. Now they're committing offenses. Saying that like chanting is for like the other people. Of course, that is an offense. Of course, when they say that, this Bhakti Marga, Jnana Marga, this is meant for lazy people and who are not fit for Grihastha, it is for them. This is, of course, an offense. Yes, they are committing offenses by saying this. So, again, coming back to this is the background for Bhagavatam we are discussing. This is the beginning. So, about Srimad, what is the need for Srimad Bhagavatam is being explained here. Even though there are so many scriptures, Vyasdev has given us in written form. He's given us Puranas, Itihasas, right? So many. But still, what is the need for Srimad Bhagavatam? Because the books are there, but the meanings are, some of them are there, some of them are lost, some of them are stolen, right? Perverted meanings are given. That is the situation in Kali Yuga. Even though there are many scriptures, but the meanings are not, all the meanings are not present as it is. Yes, yes. So then at this time, in this situation, when the meanings are all like this, either they are lost or they are stolen, and some are present. So when some are present, how you'll get the complete picture? What Shastras are guiding us to how we will understand. Some are present, some are stolen, and some are forgotten. We don't even know what they are. In such a situation, when there is a great need for a great scripture, so the leader of all scriptures, the emperor amongst all scriptures, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Just like, when does Krishna come? There are so many avatars who are coming, scheduled time. But Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani. Whenever there is a decline of dharma, religious principles, abhyuthanam adharmasya, and a rise of irreligion, tadatmanam srijamyaham. So, धर्म संस्थापनार्थ है, नहीं, यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. So when there is a rise of a religion, when there is a decline of religion, automatically when religion declines, then a religion will rise. And a rise of a religion, then the Lord says, I come myself. Even though so many avatars are there, he himself also comes. Similarly, here also, when so many scriptures are there, but still there is a lack of direction. That means a clear vision is not there for want of, for the problems that we have discussed. All meanings are not present, some are stolen, some are forgotten. In this situation, there is a need for a great scripture. Just like even though many avataras are there, Krishna himself appears. Like that, even though there are so many scriptures, then just like the Lord appears to destroy adharma, to establish dharma, he personally appears. Similarly, the representative of the Lord Srimad Bhagavatam appears when there is a need for direction. You see, amongst all scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam is the supreme. Srimad Bhagavatam is the direct representative of the Supreme Lord. How Srimad Bhagavatam is supreme among scriptures? So here, whatever I'm saying is from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary only. So he's saying among all animals, who is supreme? Varaha is supreme. Among all aquatics, who is supreme? Matsyadev. Matsyadev, very good. And among birds, Hamsa is supreme. And among humans, Krishna. He's not a human, of course, but he came in the human community. Yes, he appeared in the human community. So, among all humans, Krishna is supreme. Similarly, among all scriptures, who's supreme? Srimad Bhagavatam is the supreme. So, where is this said? This is said in Srimad Bhagavatam itself. First canto, third chapter, text 43. Krishne swadhamo pagate dharma jnanadibhih saha kalau nashtadrishamesha puranarko dunoditaha. This Bhagavat Puran is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by Dharma and Jnana. That means when Krishna returned to his abode after performing pastimes, he returned taking with him Dharma and Jnana. So now people don't have any direction to do Dharma and spiritual knowledge. Where do they turn to? Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Puran. That means this great scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, is like the sun. At a time when people are lacking vision in spiritual life. Why? Because the meanings of the scriptures are forgotten or they are stolen. Only some of them are present. So there is a lack of proper vision for spiritual life, proper guidance for spiritual life. At that time, to save the humanity, Srimad Bhagavatam has appeared. In Kali Yuga, you see, people are all blind. It's like being Kali, darkness. They're all in darkness. There is no book to show us, to give us the knowledge about the highest realization. Therefore, Srila Vyasadeva, out of his mercy, out of his causeless mercy, he became an instrument in bringing Srimad Bhagavatam into society. Srila Vyasadeva has given the Srimad Bhagavatam. He became an instrument in bringing Srimad Bhagavatam in society. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam is like the sun. You see, try to understand. At night, there is no sun. There is only darkness. When there is no sun, there is no activity. Of course, we have artificial lights and all that. But actually, you'll see at night, there is no sun, then there won't be any activity. That means no farming is done. Hmm? The potter won't be making his pots. Nobody will be doing their occupational duties at night because there is no sun. So there is no activity possible there. But in the morning, when the sun rises, everyone begins doing their activities. Why? Because when the sun rises, the sun is showing everything. We see the objects, and that gives us a direction to do our work, right? So in that way, the sun is guiding us in our activities, like that. In the same way, Srimad Bhagavatam is like the sun showing us the object. What is the object that we should all aspire for? What is the object we should all aspire for? Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is the object. So Srimad Bhagavatam is showing us the object and it's showing us the path to take towards that object. It's showing us the path of spiritual life. It is telling us what we should do, what we should not do. Everything is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Then, before the appearance of Srimad Bhagavatam, then how people were knowing what to do, what not to do?
They didn't.
Huh?
They didn't know.
Well, Krishna was present. So there was no need. So Krishna left Srimad Bhagavatam behind. So when the sun of Krishna set, the sun of Bhagavatam arose. Krishna is the father of Dharma. He was present personally. So there was no need at that time because he was guiding personally. Dharma was present. Wherever Krishna is there, Dharma will be there. But when Krishna disappeared, Dharma and Jnana went with him. Then there was a need. Then Bhagavatam arose like the sun. Yes.
So when Krishna was here, everybody was doing their activities, and that's understandable. But now Bhagavatam is here, but people are still not doing anything.
So that is the special, what do you say? When Krishna is personally present, it's like a special time. It's like like a festival season, you get special discount like that. So when Krishna personally comes, uh, by his mercy, which is inconceivable, he is actually protecting everyone, even the non-devotees, those who are envious of him. By killing them, he is liberating them. And all the other people, by showing himself to them, his sweetness, he's taking them out of the ocean of material existence and drowning them in the ocean of love, simply by making them taste the beauty of his transcendental form. So that's a special concession, you can say, which comes, that is his mercy when he personally comes. But your point is, now when Krishna has departed, Bhagavatam is present, but not everyone is taking benefit of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Even though Bhagavatam is there, still they are not taking benefit of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, that is why not only Bhagavatam, Krishna's devotees also come. His pure devotees come to explain that Srimad Bhagavatam, not only to explain, but to also exemplify. They become examples of the principles that are said in Bhagavatam. Principles of bhakti will be said in Srimad Bhagavatam. Whatever principles of bhakti or what are the symptoms of a devotee, whatever is said in Bhagavatam, that will be seen in a person Bhagavat who is living his life according to Srimad Bhagavatam. So the Lord very kindly, he sends scriptures, but he also sends his devotees. So just like Srila Prabhupada came recently, and by that, everyone was inspired to take to bhakti. And then they were attracted to Srimad Bhagavatam. They were hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So you need a powerful devotee. So by the association, by the mercy of a powerful devotee, then people will take. So, but, yeah. So anyway, let's continue here because almost time is over, but I want to at least cover the introduction part. We won't start the first shloka, but at least we'll just finish this section. So Srimad Bhagavatam is like the sun, which is showing us the path of spiritual life, telling us what to do, what not to do. But before the appearance of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna was personally present, and hence there was no need of any other guidance or direction. Krishna was personally present. When he returned to his abode, along with Dharma and Jnana, then Srimad Bhagavatam appeared like the sun. Therefore, for us, there is only one book, because we already discussed what is the situation with other scriptures. The meanings are stolen and they are forgotten. Therefore, now we have only one book. To get any knowledge, to progress in bhakti, we need only Srimad Bhagavatam. There is only one book who can show the path in spiritual life, and that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, this is all the commentary for the first shloka by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Srila Jiva Gosvami has also given commentary on the first shloka, a very lengthy commentary, and you may be aware of the Shat Sandarbhas given by Srila Jiva Gosvami. Shat Sandarbhas, 6 Sandarbhas. Sandarbhas are nothing but, they are Bhagavatam only, but categorized according to topic. When you read Srimad Bhagavatam, those principles are there distributed throughout Bhagavatam. Randomly, they're there in different places. What Srila Jiva Goswami did was, he took all the verses which are dealing with Sambandha Gyan and put them in one Sandarbha. He took all the verses dealing with Abhideya Gyan, put in one Sandarbha. He took all the verses dealing with Prayojana and put that in one Sandarbha, like that. It is Bhagavatam only, but it is classified, right, based on topic. Filtered or, yeah, classified basically, like sorted. So, Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. Sambandha means relationship. Relationship with whom? With the absolute truth, obviously. Relationship with the absolute truth. Absolute truth is known in how many forms? Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan.
Oh, but all of those other ones.
No, that is after Bhagavan. Then Bhagavan, with Bhagavan you have different relationships. Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, like that. So, the absolute truth. So, therefore, there are 6 sandarbhas. First is Tattva Sandarbha. I'll tell you what is Tattva Sandarbha. Then second is Bhagavat Sandarbha. Bhagavat Sandarbha means Brahman. Brahman and also Bhagavan. Third is Paramatma Sandarbha. You want to write? Okay. First is Tattva Sandarbha. Second is Bhagavat Sandarbha. Bhagavat. Third is Paramatma Sandarbha. Fourth is Krishna Sandarbha. Fifth is Bhakti Sandarbha. And sixth is Preeti Sandarbha. So, first one I will tell you later. Second is Bhagavad Sandarbha is talking about Brahman. So, Sambandha Gyan. Sambandha means relationship. Relationship with whom? With the absolute truth. So, absolute truth you know as Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So, Brahman and Bhagavan are explained in Bhagavad Sandarbha.
What?
Brahman and Bhagavan, aspects of the absolute truth, are explained in Bhagavad Sandarbha. Paramatma is explained in the Paramatma Sandarbha. Paramatma and the Jivatma, that's explained in Paramatma Sandarbha. Krishna Sandarbha is talking about Krishna specifically. All these three are Sambandha Gyan. Then next is Abhideya. Abhideya means after the relationship is established, what is the activity in that relationship? That is Abhideya. So what is our activity? What is our activity in that relationship with the Supreme Lord? What do we do? Bhakti. Worship is one of them. So you have Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam. Like this. So devotion, devotional service. That is called Bhakti Sandarbha. So Bhakti Sandarbha is dealing with Abhideya or the activity. And finally you have Preeti Sandarbha. Preeti Sandarbha means what is the result of that activity? What are you expecting ultimately? You want to get prema, Krishna prema, in relationship with the Lord. So these are the 6 topics, but I told you the first book is called Tattva Sandarbha. You know what Srila Jiva Goswami does in Tattva Sandarbha? Before even discussing the Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana, in the very beginning, he establishes what is the authority, on what basis are we speaking, what is the pramana, what is the pramana, and in that also what is the highest pramana. He establishes very, very systematically and thoroughly that Srimad Bhagavatam is the highest pramana. Shastra Pramana, yes. Shastra Pramana is from Tattva Sandarbha only. So, Tattva Sandarbha is establishing Srimad Bhagavatam as the highest Praman. After setting that, then he talks based on that Praman. Now, nobody can come and argue why Brahman, why this, why that, because it is said in Bhagavatam. And Bhagavatam, it's already established that Bhagavatam is the highest. You cannot question it. You see? So that's the first thing you have to do. You have to first establish the pramana. How Srimad Bhagavatam is the ultimate. Before you start debating with anyone, first you establish Bhagavatam as the highest pramana. Once that is done, then you can actually start your debate. Quoting from Bhagavatam. Then they cannot go back, they cannot argue because you'll just say, this is from Bhagavatam. You've already established that nobody can go against Bhagavatam. And that is done very, very thoroughly, systematically. Not just whimsically saying, actually proving that Srimad Bhagavatam is the highest. There's nothing beyond Srimad Bhagavatam or even equal to Srimad Bhagavatam. That work is thoroughly done in Tattva Sandarbha. So, Srila Jiva Goswami gave his commentary on Bhagavatam called Krama Sandarbha. So, on this first verse of Bhagavatam, when he gave his commentary, more than half of Tattva Sandarbha he gave in this commentary. Simply to establish Bhagavatam as the highest pramana. So, more than half of Tattva Sandarbha he quoted, included in the commentary to the first verse. That means he has very systematically established Bhagavatam as the highest Praman. So that's what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is also saying, but he's saying in a very simple way and also in a very heart-touching way. He's presenting that the meanings of scriptures are all stolen or forgotten. So in that situation, the way the Lord appears, even though there are so many avatars, in that way, even though there are so many scriptures, the highest, the Chakravarti of all scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam has appeared. Like that, he has presented. So what do we understand from this? From this presentation? That Srimad Bhagavatam is our only source for getting knowledge to progress in bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam is the only source. And also, we will see bhakti principles in Srimad Bhagavatam and the execution of these principles, or how one is exemplifying these principles, that can be seen in the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangal, when you read about Chaitanya Leela, you will see the execution of the principles of bhakti that you find in Srimad Bhagavatam. These principles you will see being executed by the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when you have a strong knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam, then when you read Chaitanya Leela, it becomes very clear to you. You can actually, in those personalities, in those dealings, you can actually see how the principles of bhakti are being executed. So now, about this Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam has 12 cantos and it has 18,000 shlokas. Srimad Bhagavatam is called a Kalpataru. Kalpataru means desire tree. What is the significance of a desire tree? Exactly. You get whatever you want. You go and ask, whatever you ask, you can get. You go to a kalpalata, a kalpataru and ask, I want samosas. Yes, you can get samosas. Huh? Whatever. Or you go to, and it's a kalpataru, a mango tree, but you can say, I want jackfruits. Kalpataru can give. Whatever you want, it can give. Huh?
It's like this.
Of course. Yes, they exist. When you go here during parikrama, they show some trees. They say these are kalpatarus. It can give the. But why Srimad Bhagavatam is compared to a kalpataru? Because Srimad Bhagavatam can give many meanings. Whatever is desired by the great devotees, not non-devotees, but great devotees, great Mahajans. That is why you'll find many, many commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam given by different acharyas. You'll find that means to the same verse, everyone is giving varieties of commentaries, varieties of explanations. That means Srimad Bhagavatam is composed in such a way that it can accommodate because it's a kalpataru. Just like normally, ordinarily, you would think a mango tree can only give mangoes. But a kalpataru can give you mangoes, it can give you oranges, it can give you samosas, it can give you halwa, whatever. You want a blanket in the winter, whatever you want. A kalpataru can give you whatever you want. Like that, Srimad Bhagavatam is compared to a kalpataru because whatever meanings are desired by the great devotees of the Lord, Srimad Bhagavatam can give. That verse can give whatever meanings are desired by great devotees. This is the greatness of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why you'll find varieties of meanings. That means varieties of meanings can be easily derived from this book, Srimad Bhagavatam, but only as desired by Mahajans, not as desired by non-devotees. Okay? So, great devotees, great acharyas have given us varieties of meanings, varieties of commentaries on the verses, and they are all correct. They are all correct. That's why on one verse you'll find Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining in a certain way. Srila Jiva Gosvami is giving a different meaning. And both are correct. It's not that one is right and one is wrong. No. Great devotees, whatever meanings they desire, Srimad Bhagavatam accommodates that. And then next about the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. This book is compiled by Srila Vyasdev. Who is Srila Vyasdev? Srila Vyasdev is Acharya Chudamani. Acharya Chudamani means he is the crest jewel of all acharyas. Srila Vyasdev is the crest jewel of all acharyas. So, let's see a little bit about Srila Vyasdev. Why? Just try to understand whatever shastras we have now, they are all given to us by the mercy of Srila Vyasdev. Before that, they were simply taught verbally. Guru will pass on to the disciple. He will just speak and the disciple will remember for life. There was no written scripture. And all the Vedas were just one book called Yajurveda. Vyasdev, out of his mercy, divided that one Veda That means he divided the syllabus. Yajurveda, Samaveda, Rigveda, Atharvaveda, Puranas, Itihasas, like that. And also in the Puranas, he gave 18 Puranas, 6 Satvika, 6 Tamasika, 6 Rajasika, and ultimately, finally, he gave Vedanta Sutra and Srimad Bhagavatam. He went over 100 crores of shlokas. If you understand what is 1 crore is 10 million. So 100 crore means 1 billion. He went over 1 billion shlokas. You can turn that off. I think you're, yeah. So he went over 100 crores of shlokas and finally condensed that and gave us in the form of 400,000 shlokas, what we need. And in the form of Vedas. And he gave us the cream of all that in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, 18,000 shlokas. 18,000. 18,000 shlokas. After scrutinizing 100 or 1 billion shlokas, 100 crores of shlokas, he gives us 18,000. This is the cream. And whatever subsequent acharyas have given us is all based on what Vyasadeva gave us first. And it is based on these Puranas only. We have various values, culture in society. The ways of dressing, ways of eating, lifestyle, which is coming from Shastra. Not that which is, invented by modern man. No. But the culture that in different parts of the world that people were following, it's coming from Puranas. And the Puranas were given to us by Vyasadeva, Dharma Shastras. So Vyasadeva is the prime source of all, culture, values, whatever you find, even the judicial system, anything. It's all coming from the Vedas and Puranas. And this is because of Vyasadeva that we have. Even the faith that we have in our karma, faith we have in God, it is because of the books given to us by Srila Vyasadeva. That is why he is called the best of all acharyas. He is called Acharya Chudamani. Such Vyasadeva, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he is giving us his this first shloka that we read today. This is the Mangalacarana. Vyasadeva offers his Mangalacarana to the Supreme Lord in the first 3 verses. So this first verse that we read today, that is Mangalacarana by Vyasadeva. In the next session, we will discuss in this Mangalacarana what is Vyasadeva saying. And also, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives commentary on this verse. He gives 5 different explanations for this one verse. Same Acharya, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, is giving 5 different commentaries on the same verse. That means 5 different types of explanations. So we will discuss in the next session. We can stop here. That was the introduction for Bhagavatam. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare
I
Krishna
don't see a
Mataji,
name.
Pranam Mataji.
Pranam Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, you told me that some of the sastras was stolen and they were perverted. You told me like that in the class, no? Mataji. Who introduced the perverted sastras, Mataji? Who has the right to pervert those type of such a auspicious shastras being perverted, Mataji? I can't understand that, Mataji. If you don't mind, please.
Yes, Prabhuji. So you have, see, the thing is, sakale neha mahata yogo nashtah parantapa. As time passes, this is the nature. When time passes, things start dwindling. Just like when you put a fresh tomato outside, then after you look at it after 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, it will start rotting. Similarly, it is the nature of this material world that with passage of time, the knowledge also starts dwindling. Then that's why once again to re-establish dharma, the Lord will come or he will send his representative. That happens. But here the point is the intention with which Vyasdev gave Mahabharat, it was not, um, it was perverted. It was perverted. So I explained to you how that happened. That you're asking why. That's the nature in this conditioned soul. A conditioned soul is naturally, he's covered by ignorance, and because of that then he gets this false ego. Because of false ego he identifies himself with the body. That means I'm this body. And when you think you're this body, you want to enjoy, you want to be happy. So what will you do to be happy? Dharma, artha, kama. Even if you're hearing scriptures, Mahabharat, what is your goal? Follow dharma, earn wealth, and enjoy. You are not able to go beyond that. Dharma, artha, kama, then moksha. That far you are not able to go. When will you go that far? When you get the association of a sadhu, sadhu will explain to you that your goal is not just, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, but even moksha is not the ultimate. Panchama Purushartha is prema, bhakti. That is the highest. But on their own, a conditioned soul, simply by hearing Shastra, he will not come to this conclusion. We heard Bhagavad Gita so many times, heard or not, I don't know. But in all Indian families, at least South Indian families, I think you have these big, big fat Bhagavad Gitas kept in the puja room. Everyone has. But how many people read and how many people know? I didn't know what's there inside. I didn't study when I was at home. But when did I actually start studying? When I met devotees. And when devotees told me, so what the science is, devotee gives mercy. By that mercy only, you will get some faith. Oh, the goal of life is not just becoming happy or sense gratification, rather, the goal of life is bhakti. That you can understand when you get the mercy of a devotee. On their own, a conditioned soul will not get. So you may say, but Vyasdev is giving, isn't he giving mercy? Yes, of course, he's giving mercy. But that's there even today, right? Bhagavad Gita, when it is there in the house, Vyasdev's mercy is there in that. But for me to go and open it, right? And of course, that's one thing. But the other thing is also there are some people, who are, uh, because of their ignorance, and also they have offenses. So because
Yes,
of their
Mataji.
offenses also, they cannot understand Shastra, and they will also give, uh, you know, mm, perverted meanings. They will give perverted meanings. So one such person is Kumarila Bhatta. Kumarila Bhatta. Like this. So there was like an era, a time. And why it is happening, if you ask? Because things will dwindle. This is the nature of material existence. Just like first there is Satya Yuga, then there is Treta Yuga. That means irreligion has increased. Then Dwapar Yuga even more. Kali Yuga is worst. With the passage of time, things will decline. Then once again, the Lord will have to come and start once again, like that. So in that course of dwindling, such people came and they started perverting, giving, this caste system and all these things. Actually, many things, dharma that we follow, getting girls married at a young age, then why it became a big issue? Because perversion took place. Child marriage became, what do you say, a bad thing, a taboo. But actually, child marriage is not a bad thing. That was not the intention. You see, little girls They need that security that I have a husband. Then their mind won't, by the time they're teens, their mind won't be distracted looking at, so many other boys. They won't, because they know I have a husband. You see? So that's a science. But then that was changed, perverted, right? And then what was the perversion? Small girls were getting married to old men. And then because they are married to old men, then the girls became widows. And then these widows, they were exploited. Adultery was
Yes, sir.
taking place in society. So it became a
Yes,
taboo. Some people have twisted it for their selfish purposes. Sinful people,
yes,
they did like that. Like that. So things happen like that. As time passes, things start dwindling. But that's not the purpose of child marriage. Child marriage is actually good. But today, if you talk about it, people will think, oh, it's abominable. Why? Because they perverted it. Like that,
yes,
many Dharma principles, because they were perverted by these unscrupulous people, now that which is dharma seems to be adharma, seems to be terrible, abominable. So, uh, like that. So they said, Vyasdev is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityaja. But they pick most people. Why? Most people are interested. As I said, conditioned soul means dharma, artha, kama. He cannot think beyond that. Wherever, even now, you will see, if you tell them nice stories and all, people will come. But if we are discussing philosophy, how many people are coming? You
yes,
see.
Master.
So it's like that. But if you tell them nice, juicy stories and all that, they will like. They like to hear that. So Vyasdev thought, okay, I will tell all these stories in the form of Mahabharat, then everyone will come, and then I will tell them Bhagavad Gita. That is the highlight of Mahabharat. By hearing Bhagavad Gita, finally what is Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakta Mad Yaji Maham Namaskuru. Surrender to Krishna, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, do only devotional service. I will tell this and everyone will come. But they didn't do that. That's why Narad Muni chastised Vyasdev. What did they do? They accepted all Karmakanda section very nicely. Oh, work is worship. Now you will work and you will enjoy. Vyasdev is saying we will do this. But then when he's saying in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, this is for useless people, hopeless people who are not fit to do all these things. Like this, they understood. So that's why Vyasdev said, Narad Muni said, no, now you give one book, Bhagavatam, which will talk only about bhakti, Shuddha bhakti, nothing else. So that is also required. So there is no need to go beat around the bush. Straightforward, you just tell them, then, but then people won't come. So Vyasdev may say, but then if I said directly surrender, who will come? Nobody will come. How many people are there here? Some people are still here, right? So Narad Muni is saying, intelligent people will still come. Yes, you may not get majority, masses may not come, but still intelligent people will come, because intelligent people can see clearly. They can understand the difference between, how they are suffering in this world. This material existence is temporary. Intelligent people can understand and they will take. And because these intelligent people are taking, the majority of the people looking at them, they will say, oh, if this person is doing, then this must be good, we will also do. Following in their footsteps, ordinary people will also do. Yad yad acharati shreshtas tatta devetaro jana. So you go ahead boldly, don't worry. Now, many people may not come, it's fine. Even if one person comes, it's fine. Intelligent people will take. Another example is, diamond. Many people won't come to buy diamond. A few people will come. But that doesn't mean you won't sell diamonds, right? So those who are, Prabhupada also said, Krishna consciousness is for the classes, right? Like really taking seriously and studying the philosophy. So Narad Muni also told Vyasdev, some intelligent people will come. And when they take to it, other people will follow them. So go ahead and preach. You have some question?
Not question, but also Prabhupada, he went to America to preach. Most usually people wouldn't come, but he still went, right?
Exactly, right. Yeah. When Prabhupada went to America, all his god brothers were criticizing him. Who's going to listen to you and this and that? That is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Prithivite ache jata nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoye be mor nam. So like this, but nobody believed in that. They thought it is just, it is not, you shouldn't take it literally. But Srila Prabhupada believed and he did it and he got the result. So like that, Narad Muni told Vyasadev that yes, many people may not take, they may take like this, they'll take some other meaning, right? And then because they're only interested in sense gratification, so they'll come for all the fun part, and for when the surrender part is said, they will go away. They won't be interested, and they'll give some other meaning to that. Oh, that is not for us. Still, you speak, you know. So that's why here he quoted this verse, Jugupsitam. Jugupsitam means shameless, like it is ridiculous. This is condemned. What you did is condemned. Like that, he chastised Vyasdev. What was that? Uh, why you talked so much about dharma and, varnashram? This is all external. And that you said again and again and again. But about bhakti, you didn't repeat so many times. After saying so many words about dharma, in one line you'll say about bhakti. Again, so much about dharma, karma, and all that. So people don't take that seriously because it's there somewhere little. Now you write again Srimad Bhagavatam, where the conclusion of every story of Bhagavatam is pure devotional service. Write a book like that. There's no mixing here, no dharma, nothing. Directly you speak. Surrender to Krishna and do bhakti. And that is Srimad Bhagavatam. And Vyasadev has given that to us. Okay? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. You told me in the class, Narada Muni chastised
Vyasadev.
Vyasdev Mataji. In what context he was chastised, Mataji?
In Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter. So, Vyasdev was feeling compassion that Kali Yuga is coming and, people will be short-lived. Manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hyupadrutaha. They will be so disturbed, short-lived, and quarrelsome. Now, how these people will progress, he's feeling compassionate. How they will take to spiritual life. And studying Vedas is not easy. Entire Veda, how they will study. So he thought, let me make it simple for them. So he divided one Veda into, that means he divided the syllabus of the Veda, and then he gave Puranas, Itihasas, Mahabharata especially for Stri, Shudra, Dvija Bandhus, because they are not qualified to study the Vedas. And in spite of doing all this, still he was not feeling satisfied. He thought he did something good. Now I have done something good. So with the help of this, people can actually progress in spiritual life. He was thinking, but he was not feeling happy. Right at that time, Narad Muni came. And then Vyasadeva asked Narad Muni, I'm not feeling happy. Please tell me where I went wrong. Then Narad Muni begins to speak and he chastises. First canto, 5th chapter. Okay, Prabhu. Yeah, thank you. So we'll end here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai. Acharya Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Ven Gopal Prabhuji ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava.